What would you do if, while walking across a deserted railroad trestle, you suddenly heard hooves striking the tracks, even though no animal could possibly be up there? And what if, when you looked toward the other end of the bridge, you saw a creature with a human body, goat legs, and eyes so fixed on you that you keep moving forward without even realizing it? In the heart of Louisville, Kentucky, there's a place where legend and tragedy collide. The Pope Lick train trestle, the bridge where locals swear the Goatman lives. They say he doesn't just appear, he calls you. He gets inside your head. And by the time you realize where you are, it's already too late. Introduction: the legend born from fear, death, and silence. The story of the Pope Lick monster is one of the most feared and controversial legends in the United States. Unlike other folklore creatures, this one is tied to a very real, very dangerous place: a narrow, towering railroad trestle. The Pope Lick trestle, built in the late 1800s for freight trains, became known far more for its terrifying stories than for its engineering. Since the 1940s, people in Louisville have reported sightings of a hybrid creature, half human, half goat, with curved horns, split hooves, and a presence so overwhelming it makes people dizzy. Some say it's just an urban legend. Others insist the Goatman is real and has dangerous abilities: hypnosis, voice mimicry, the ability to lure victims onto the bridge in human strength. The legend became so serious that police had to step in, not because of the monster, but because of the people. Many thrill seekers, influenced by the stories, climbed the trestle trying to find the Goatman. Several of them died, turning the legend into a grim mix of folklore and real tragedy. But the question remains: where did this creature come from? There are many versions of the Goatman's origin, and none of them are comforting. Version 1: the forbidden experiment. The earliest tale says that, in the 1930s, a train carrying experimental animals for a secret laboratory derailed near the bridge. From the wreckage, something crawled out, something that should never have existed, a creature created through genetic experiments involving humans and animals. Locals claim the Goatman didn't die in the crash. He escaped into the woods, learned to hunt, and eventually found the perfect shelter in the metal beams of the trestle. From up there, he watched, he studied, he chose. Some people who explore the area say it feels like something is analyzing them from above. A pair of unseen eyes, silent and calculating. Version 2: the forest warlock. Another story leans into the supernatural. A farmer named Benjamin Pope supposedly made a dark pact to gain wealth and power, but the ritual went wrong, and he was transformed into a monstrous creature, cursed to guard the area that eventually became known as Pope Lick. In this version, the Goatman isn't just a monster, he's a furious guardian, a corrupted spirit bound to the place where the pact was sealed. Some locals say they've heard chanting in the wind, a whisper calling, "Pope, Pope." Version 3: the survivor of human cruelty may be the most disturbing origin of all. According to old accounts, a traveling circus passed through the area in the early 1900s. Among the living horrors they exhibited was a human-goat hybrid, created through grotesque experimentation and abuse. The circus crashed near the trestle. Everyone died, except him. Free for the first time and deeply traumatized, he fled into the woods, developing a hatred for humans. Anyone who approached his territory became prey. Some say that on summer nights, if you listen closely, you can hear a tiny bell echoing through the trees, like the ones circus performers were forced to wear around their necks. But no matter the version, the pattern is always the same. The survivors few, but enough to feed the legend. Describe the Goatman's presence as something that seizes the mind. Many claim they've heard someone calling their name on the bridge. Sometimes it's a friend, sometimes a family member, and sometimes it's their own voice. The sound echoes from nowhere, pulling them step by step toward the center of the trestle, a place with no escape if a train comes. They say the Goatman doesn't attack directly. He makes you move. He makes you believe you're safe. And when you finally realize you're not, you're already too far to turn back. The mystery of the hooves on the tracks. There are more strange reports than the archives can hold. A couple walking near the woods swore they heard hooves clacking on the metal above them. Groups of teens claim they've seen the tall, hunched figure with horned shadows cutting through the moonlight. One person said they saw its eyes glow, not like flashlights, but like burning embers. The strangest part, most witnesses say the Goatman never appears while you're looking straight at him. He shows up in the exact moment you look away, a blink, a train horn in the distance, a leaf falling, and when you look back, he's closer than he should be. The Call of the Bridge, a real and deadly place. Unlike many urban legends, this one doesn't happen in a remote or hidden spot. The Popelick Bridge is real. It's tall, it's narrow, and it's still active. Trains fly across it at speeds that kill instantly. Even so, dozens of people climb it every year. Not just out of curiosity, but because they say something pulls them toward it. Some claim the Goatman appears at the top of the trestle, just to watch. Others say he hides underneath, between the steel beams, waiting for someone to stop in the center. And once they realize where they are, there's no track left to run. It was around 11 p.m. when 3 teenagers decided to climb up to the Popelick trestle to record a video. They knew the legend. They wanted to prove that none of it was real. But the camera they carried captured something that still chills anyone who watches it. At first, everything seems normal. Heavy breathing, quiet laughter, the metallic echo of the bridge. But as they move forward, a strange silence takes over the place. The cicadas stop, the wind disappears, the world becomes too quiet, and then the microphone picks up something. A faint sound, metallic, tick, 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 the sound of hooves tapping the rail. One of the boys asks, "Did you guys hear that?" The camera shakes. They turn to look behind them. Nothing. Then something else happens. A voice, not a scream, not a whisper, just familiar. "Hey, come back." The voice is identical to one of the boys' mothers, but she's miles away. They start running across the trestle, but the path is long and narrow. The audio discretes. Their breathing intensifies. The sound of hooves draws nearer, faster, heavier, as if something is gaining speed beneath the bridge, matching each one of their steps. The camera finally swings back and, for a single millisecond, something appears in the frame. A tall, hunched silhouette, with curved horns and eyes glowing like burning coal. Then everything is swallowed by darkness. Police reported that the teenagers survived by pure luck, throwing themselves off the bridge just seconds before a train passed. But the camera was never found. And ever since that night, witnesses say the Goatman has become more active, as if human intrusion had awakened something that was dormant. The story of the Popelick monster is unlike any other urban legend. Most folkloric creatures hide in distant forests, abandoned regions, places where no one dares to go. But the Goatman exists in a real place, accessible, dangerous, and deadly. Every year, new reports surface: hooves on metal, the sound of familiar voices, strange lights beneath the bridge, silhouettes reflected in the water, and that overwhelming feeling of being watched, even when you're completely alone. The legend hasn't survived because it's beautiful. It survived because it aligns too well with what actually happens there. Real deaths, police records, official warnings forbidding entry, and witnesses who swear the bridge calls out to them. In the end, the question is inevitable. Does the Popelick monster really exist? Or does the bridge, with its deadly silence, simply create the perfect environment for the human mind to see what it fears the most? The truth is, no one comes back the same from that place, and many never come back at all. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Goatman legend, hit that like button. It helps the channel keep bringing obscure legends, real accounts, and mysteries most places don't dare to cover. Comment below. Do you believe the Popelick monster exists? Or is it just a bridge that kills? And everything else is imagination? If you have any legend, creature, or mysterious case you'd like to see here on Urban Secrets, leave it in the comments. I might bring it in a future video. Subscribe for more dark investigations like this one. And remember, some monsters don't need to be seen. You only need to hear them calling. See you in the next mystery.